Welcome to Yaka Gear Co. I'm Dan, and today we're going to talk about the Orion XS. So this guy is new to the market, and we are one of the first people to get our hands on one. Customers should probably expect these to hit the shelves in, I don't know, April or May of 2024. It's currently early March, but we did want to put some content out here on why this unit matters and why you may want to consider waiting to grab it for your build. So we're going to start with the obvious fact, right? There's a 50 right there, and that stands for 50 amps. So this unit is capable of charging a 12-volt battery bank at 50 amps, or roughly 700 watts. Now, the previous version of the Orions only charged at a max amperage of 30 amps. So you're gaining almost double the charge capacity by moving to this unit. And so that is why people are so excited about this unit. Most modern vehicles have no issue with drawing 50 amps off the alternator. And so people are going to be able to charge their battery bank that much faster without any issue. Now, beyond it being capable of charging at 50 amps versus 30 amps, is quite a bit smaller and is quite a bit more efficient in terms of how it handles heat. So the previous edition of the Orion was somewhere in the neighborhood of this size, right? So that's the 12-12-18 version, all right? And you can kind of see the size difference. It's quite a bit smaller. And the old version also had this large heat sink on the back, whereas this one does not. Initial testing shows that this thing does operate at quite a bit of a lower temperature than the older model, which is fantastic. The older Orions were known to run very hot. And beyond size and charge capability, they've also added a bunch of features that we all have been looking for years. Primarily, we now have the ability to see the device on our Touch 70 through the Serbo, right? So they gave us a VE Direct port that we can now use to see the device. That 50 watts there is actually coming from our Orion. Additionally, they also have added some functionality in Victron Connect on how we would actually program this unit. So you can now program this unit to meter the input current as well as the output current, which is fantastic. So if you wanted to dial back from 50 amps on the input side, you can do that in the app. And then beyond that, they did change some more structural features of the unit. They did make it a little easier to wire this guy up. So it now has this little black cover on the front. And then the terminals are a little more aggressive than past versions. Okay, we'll just pop this off of here and show you guys what that looks like. So they now have very large, metal terminals that are slightly easier to use than previous versions. If you guys ever were trying to put a 6-gauge wire in a 12-12-30, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But outside of that, very, very usable. It's going to function very similarly to the old units. It's going to have the same look and feel and quality that the older units have, but it is smaller, it operates cooler, and we can now see it in Touch 70, which is fantastic. So exciting times ahead. If you're excited about this unit, there's good reason, and we certainly appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully that information was valuable, and we look forward to you guys checking us out in the future. Please subscribe if you don't mind. That helps us out a ton. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you.